The success of an anime series is determined by how well it can keep viewers interested. That is nothing new for One Piece. Part of its popularity stems from showing moments that are so surprising that they keep audiences on the edge of their seats as they watch them. Moments that are so heartbreaking that everyone watching can't hold back their tears. And moments that are so hilarious that viewers can't stop laughing. Today, we are going to look at the top 10 epic One Piece moments. So without further ado, let's begin with number 10. Brook standing up to Big Mom.
石海ソウルキングお前はサンジじゃなく
We saw our jolly musician turn into a badass warrior in both Fishman Island and Punk Danger. Though epic, there was nothing surprising about it because he did it mainly out of necessity. During the Whole Cake Island arc, Brook went to Big Mom's lair to obtain a copy of the Road Poneglyph. When his trademark sneak was no longer a choice, Brook was confronted by the overpowering Big Mom. When Brook overheard Big Mom disparaging Sanji, he began. When confronted with a Yonko, Brook held his ground and, for the first time, he went on a monologue that shook us to our hearts, while also demonstrating his devotion to the Straw Hat Pirates. Jinbei defying Big Mom might also be a strong candidate in this group. Even so, we thought Brook standing up to her was much more surprising. And on to number 9. Soga King's return and God Usopp. Usopp does not seem to be a candidate when it comes to surprising moments, but he also shocks us in his own hesitant ways. Although Soga King's arrival at the Sea Train during the Water 7 arc was exciting to watch, his return at Thriller Bark was even more so. When all the chips were down and it appeared that Perona's Kumashi would defeat Usopp, Soga King came to the rescue and defeated Perona. Sugar was to Doflamingo what Perona was to Moria. Sugar's Devil Fruit skill once again placed the allies in an uncomfortable position. They'd have to get Sugar first if they decide to take down Doffy. Getting in touch with Sugar, on the other hand, was difficult because the possibility of being made into toys was a risky step. Usopp defeated Sugar in his own comic fashion, but what happened next was even more thrilling. Being hailed as a god among the resurrected toys, and then rising to the top of Doflamingo's wanted list was a surprise not only for Usopp, but for us as well. Number 8. Aokiji saves Smoker from being killed by Doflamingo.
Smoker. クソガキどもの行方を
I agree. Aokiji's entrance was a given, since we saw a small frame of him sailing about on his penguin, supposedly on his way to Punk Hazard. But his entry made me jump on my seat. Even today, as I watch clips of his entrance, I get goosebumps. It was totally unexpected the way he arrived and saved Smoyan. I was like, it's Aokiji, he's here! While the scene itself was a shocking moment, what Doflamingo said when he was leaving was even more exciting. There is a difference between the look of an ordinary vagabond and that of a determined man. Moving on to number 7. Kuma's condition. The Reverie arc was not without its shocking moments, though there was one moment that stood out above all others, which we will address later on. The second biggest shock was Kuma's descent from revolutionary to Shikibukai to Tenryu Bito slave. If there is one person who has been the catalyst for ensuring that the story continues, it is Kuma. But his sacrifice and demise were truly heartbreaking. The appearance of the revolutionary army at Marijois was another surprising event that occurred as a result of Kuma's situation. We don't know what happened to them at this stage, but their presence suggests that the pot at Marijois was at a boil. Number 6. The truth about Cypher Pole 9. Water 7 is an arc that links the old and new One Pieces in terms of story and character design. The arrival of the hardworking carpenters of the Galila Company, led by Iceberg, was the most heartwarming part of the arc. The CP9 operatives seemed to be a genuine bunch at first, from the Straw Hats meeting Kaku, to Rob Luki returning them their stolen money. But all changed as they became the brutal and cynical intelligence officers they had been learning to be since childhood. Since then, the deception of Iceberg, Polly, and the rest of the Galila crew had been a lot of a total shocker. Since, on the surface, it appeared that the arc would be brief, with Frankie serving as the main antagonist. We had no idea how little we learned. Oh, the things we didn't know. Next up, number 5. Blackbeard and 2 Devil Fruits.
さあ始めるぞ
Prior to Blackbeard's revelation, One Piece fans all over the world believed that one consumer equaled one devil fruit. Blackbeard's antiques and his subsequent dual fruit reveal altered public opinion. Blackbeard was a nice-looking character before the Skypiea arc, with the same mysterious streak as red-haired Shanks. Nonetheless, we have all established a general hatred of the way he performs his piracy over time. Blackbeard's dual Devil Fruit ability prompted the spread of many hypotheses that match his original Devil Fruit ability as a Hydra form, which grants him the ability to carry 3 Devil Fruits. A plausible hypothesis, yeah, given that Blackbeard's Jolly Roger bears 3 skulls and 6 crossbones. The next one at number 4 is Minx bowing down to the Wano Samurai. Raizo was a contentious topic during the Wano arc. So much so that Jack and the Minx struggled to keep him safe. At least, that's what we believe right now. Throughout the arc, however, the Minx battled against Jack and the Beast Pirates. They repeatedly denied harboring the Ninja Raizo, but Jack was having none of it. The Mammoth left Zou and hung both Nekomamushi and Inurashi at Cross. Upon his departure, it seemed that the Minx harbored a genuine hate for the Samurai of Wano. When Kinemon and the Straw Hats arrive at Zou, the Minx notice Kinemon and Kanjuro. The Straw Hats were concerned about what would happen if they made contact. And when they did, they were even more perplexed. What happened next, however, surprised both the Straw Hat crew and the fans. That includes me. Number 3. Kaido's Scar. The narrator gave a short summary of what kind of person Kaido was when he was first introduced. It went like, people often say, if it's one-on-one, Kaido will win. On land, sea, and air, among all living things, he is a pirate who is known as the strongest creature. At the time, it seemed that no one on the planet could beat Kaido and his brute power. The narrator's monologue was reinforced when Kaido one-shotted Luffy, demonstrating the contrast between him and the other enemies Luffy had previously encountered. All of that changed during Kozuki Oden's flashback arc, in which we saw Oden go head-to-head with Kaido and injure him. Though he had always been a mad person, Oden Kozuki annihilated the idea that Kaido could be hurt in some way. If Kaido was even honorable, it wouldn't have been too difficult for Oden to confront him one-on-one. But unfortunately, life was not kind to Kozuki Oden. And now to number 2, Shanks at Marineford. This one needs no introduction. Pretty sure, because it's a scene that One Piece fans will remember for the rest of their lives. The problem was, it wasn't on the books. As a result, it was a surprising moment for both viewers and characters fighting in the war. Nobody at all anticipated it because the fans were usually apprehensive about seeing Shanks, because he was involved in a fight with Kaido. Admiral Momonga was aware of this fact prior to the outbreak of the war, but it wasn't just his appearance that took everyone by surprise. It was also the amount of strength he projected as a Yonko at Marineford, despite his small size in comparison to the rest of the Yonko. Aside from that, the surprising thing was that Shanks arrived just in time to save Luffy, Jinbei, and the WB pirates from extinction, but not Ace. Furthermore, he did all of this while preventing the Beast Pirates from landing at Marineford. And the number one on our list, Shanks at Marijoa.
何の用かねわざわざここまで
This one deserves to be at the top of our list because it was a one-of-a-kind shocker. The best part was that it raised more questions than it answered. We really don't know who that certain pirate was he was referring to, but fans have a lot of theories and speculations about it. We could talk about that next time. Regardless, it was a surprise to learn that he was so close to the world government that he could just walk in and chat about world affairs with them. All of this helps us admire Shanks for the force he is. Well, that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you're new to the channel to be notified when we upload more content. Ciao!